What is up, Bitcoin Bulletin crew? Get ready, because we are diving headfirst into the most explosive crypto news of the week. First up, OranjeBTC, a major Brazilian Bitcoin treasury company, just went on a massive acquisition spree, snapping up a staggering 3,650 Bitcoin for a cool $385 million. This isn't just a random purchase. It's a strategic move to beef up their reserves ahead of a planned public listing, signaling a huge wave of institutional adoption hitting Latin America. But wait, there's more. The legendary veteran trader Peter Brandt is stepping into the spotlight, dropping some serious investment wisdom specifically for Generation Z. He's got a clear roadmap for building wealth, and guess what? Bitcoin is a cornerstone of his strategy, alongside real estate and SPY stocks. We're talking about a strategic allocation that could redefine how young investors approach the market. Now, buckle up, because the charts are screaming and analysts are in a fierce debate. We've seen a significant Bitcoin price crash, with some analysts like HAMEDZ and others on the Bitcoin Bulletin site predicting even deeper drops, possibly below $100,000. But hold on, because not everyone agrees. We've got other analysts pointing to bullish signals, suggesting this might just be a shakeout before an epic rally. And speaking of crashes, is Bitcoin gearing up for a massive shakeout before a Q4 rebound? Forex signals are flashing, and chart patterns are forming, suggesting a potential head-and-shoulders formation that could lead to further declines. We're breaking down all the technicals and the macroeconomic factors at play. You absolutely need to know what's happening. So smash that like button, subscribe for more, hit the notification bell, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below. OranjeBTC goes all in on Bitcoin. Get ready, crypto enthusiasts, because a major player in Latin America just made a colossal move. OranjeBTC, a prominent Brazilian Bitcoin treasury company, has officially acquired a massive 3,650 Bitcoin, shelling out a staggering $385 million. This isn't just about adding to their holdings. It's a calculated strategy to significantly bolster their reserves as they gear up for a public listing. This acquisition underscores the escalating trend of corporate Bitcoin adoption, particularly in Latin America, with Brazil leading the charge as a hub for active digital asset trading and innovation. It mirrors the successful treasury model pioneered by companies like Strategy, which began accumulating Bitcoin on a large scale back in 2020, sparking a global movement among Bitcoin treasury firms. With over 190 publicly traded companies now holding Bitcoin as an inflation hedge, and total institutional holdings surpassing 1.5 million BTC, OranjeBTC's bold move is a clear signal of Bitcoin's growing acceptance as a strategic reserve asset. Will this massive accumulation by OranjeBTC trigger a new wave of institutional buying, or is it just the beginning of a deeper correction? We're seeing mixed reactions, with some celebrating the bold move and others questioning the timing amidst market volatility. Don't go anywhere, because the debate on Bitcoin's future is just heating up. Next, we're diving into the sage advice from a trading legend for the next generation of investors. Peter Brandt's bold Bitcoin blueprint for Gen Z. Veteran trader Peter Brandt, with over 5 decades of market mastery, has just shared his essential investment playbook for Generation Z, and Bitcoin is front and center. In a recent X post, Brandt laid out a compelling strategy. Allocate a solid 10% of your portfolio to Bitcoin, 20% to real estate, and the remaining 70% to the S&P 500 via SPY. He passionately advocates for Bitcoin as the ultimate hedge against market volatility and fiat currency devaluation, calling it the asset that matters. This isn't about chasing quick gains. Brandt emphasizes Bitcoin's asymmetric upside potential and its role in preserving wealth over the long term. His balanced approach also includes real estate for stability and SPY for diversified equity exposure, creating a robust portfolio designed for sustainable wealth accumulation. Brandt views Bitcoin not just as an investment, but as a technological tool empowering individuals against state and central bank control, firmly believing Bitcoin will bury all pretenders among altcoins. Young investors are buzzing about Brandt's clear, no-nonsense advice, with many seeing it as a much-needed anchor in the often chaotic crypto landscape. But is this the calm before the storm, or is the market about to get even more turbulent? Next, we're dissecting the predictions of analysts who saw this Bitcoin crash coming, and they say it's far from over. Bitcoin's crash. Did analysts see it coming, and is more pain ahead? Bitcoin has taken a significant tumble, plummeting below the crucial $112,000 support level over the weekend, a move that caught many by surprise but was precisely predicted by several crypto analysts. These forecasters had identified underlying weaknesses in the market, and their grim predictions are now playing out, with many suggesting the current price crash is far from its bottom. Analysts like OranjeBTC pointed to Bitcoin trading within a descending channel and breaking a short-term ascending trendline, coupled with resistance at the $117,000, $120,000 range and the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, all signaling a bearish continuation. Their forecasts suggest potential targets below $106,000, with some worst-case scenarios pointing as low as $96,000. Another analyst on the Bitcoin Bulletin site highlighted the breach of the Ichimoku cloud and the loss of the $113,000 support as further evidence of bearish momentum, with potential downside targets around $108,000. However, not all is doom and gloom, as some analysts, like Cryptflow on X, are seeing bullish signs in the squeezed Bollinger Bands and a bullish stochastic RSI cross, hinting at a potential rally. The community is divided, with some bracing for further declines and others seeing a setup for a significant rebound, making for a tense period for traders. While some see a crash, others see opportunity, but what about the technical signals pointing to a potential shakeout? Next, we're exploring the Forex signals and chart patterns that suggest Bitcoin's current downturn might be a strategic maneuver. Bitcoin's head and shoulders pattern, a bearish signal or a strategic shakeout. The BTC-USD pair is facing continued pressure, extending a downtrend that began after hitting a recent high of $117,995. Bitcoin has dipped to $111,717, its lowest point since September 10, and is now sitting 12% below its year-to-date peak. This decline comes as momentum wanes and Bitcoin ETFs experience significant outflows, with over $363 million exiting on Monday and an additional $200 million on Tuesday. Compounding the pressure, investors are closely watching the Federal Reserve's recent interest rate decisions and dovish policy, creating uncertainty. Technical analysis reveals a potential head and shoulders pattern, a classic bearish continuation signal, with indicators like the RSI and stochastic oscillator trending downwards. This pattern suggests a possible continued fall, with traders targeting the 50% Fibonacci retracement level at $99,400. However, some analysts suggest this could be a strategic shakeout designed to purge weak buyers before a potential Q4 rebound. Alternatively, Bitcoin might be seeing a rotation into gold, which has reached record highs this week. Traders are closely watching the $117,990 level. A break above it could invalidate the bearish outlook and signal a move back towards $120,000. This market is a roller coaster of predictions and patterns. Stay tuned as we wrap up the biggest stories and give you the ultimate Bitcoin Bulletin rundown. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We saw OranjeBTC make a massive $385 million Bitcoin acquisition. Peter Brandt laid out his strategic crypto and real estate plan for Gen Z. Analysts are split on whether Bitcoin's price crash is over, and chart patterns are suggesting a potential shakeout. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin for daily market insights, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all social media platforms for real-time news.